This is Simpsons Talk, Episode 1, recorded January 28th, 2014. Though the Military. Hello and welcome to Simpsons Talk, not related to Watson Talk. I'm Zombies Rise from the Sea.
I'm Financial Panther.
And this is the show where we talk about The Simpsons in all of its forms, from merchandise to episodes to its influence on pop culture as a whole. And tonight we're going to be talking about G.I. Joe. So, Financial Panther, what do you think about the episode?
Well, I think G.I. Joe is a fairly good episode for its season. I think it does pretty well at satirizing what the writers think of about the military, and just I think overall it's an episode with some good humor and some good, shows what the writers think about it, I guess.
Yes, but what were the writers exactly thinking about?
I think that they were sort of just thinking about how they think that the military gets involved into too much, and just they shouldn't. They're just
Keep calm. Keep calm. You can do this.
I think that they're saying that the military gets involved in affairs too much, and that they should more just stay out of things, I guess.
And I think that's true, you know. With the excessive war games and the entire town of Springfield being involved in said war games and the actual live ammunition, you do have a point.
Well, good.
Thumbs up to you. So what you think about the recruitment angle that they were pushing?
The what?
You know, the people going out there recruiting teens and children.
Oh, right. Well, I think that they did that because most of the time these days it seems like with a lot of the video games that kids think that war is all just games and stuff. So I think it would be a good idea, honestly, in real life to try to appeal to that demographic.
Yes, but it seems like the army is failing to appeal to that demographic. In fact, in the episode itself, it seems like it was forced using words like slamming and front and hip-hop.
Right, but isn't that sort of what the kids that time are expecting? That's what they're going to use to cater to them. That seems. What do you mean they're failing?
I mean, think about it. Nobody uses words like trunt and slamming anymore.
Oh, so I guess that I guess that the humor then would come from that fact.
You can do this. So what about Homer's plot? How did that turn out?
His plots?
His plot.
Oh. I think eventually it turned out pretty well, really. I mean, I guess that even though he wasn't really being that smart, but it sort of worked out eventually, kind of like most episodes do with him.
Yeah, no, but it is true what you say. Homer is sort of this dumb, placebo American who follows everything that America does. But don't you think that it's a bit sudden that Marge sent Homer to have the contract, and then Marge is trying over him in a satire of military movies? Not that you don't have to answer that.
I mean, there's gotta be a way to quickly get the plot along.
Yeah, but it just feels too abrupt. Like Marge isn't even worried about Bart joining the military anymore.
I guess you have a point. I mean, I guess it sort of shifts pretty quickly.
Yeah. So what do you think of Tifa Sutherland?
Let's see. I don't know, I guess he seemed just like a pretty good character. I can't really think of any characteristic that sets him apart from really many other one-time characters like, I don't know, Hank Scorpio is a more notable one. I can't really find anything that makes him really stand out, really.
Yeah, but I don't know, isn't his voice distinctive? Doesn't it sound that Tifa Sutherland to at least voice act?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. He did. I didn't see any problem with him in that area.
Okay?
Just
And
I
he,
don't really have much to say about him. He was good enough. I don't really know
and he,
how to go more in depth than that on him.
and he played the satirical role of the military personnel thus far very well, don't you think?
Yeah, I was good at that.
I mean, think about it. Without him, much of the satire about the military overdoing it with their budgets, overdoing it with their accents, that wouldn't have happened with the episode.
Right, but of course they could just as well use some other actor, and I think it would turn out just fine.
Yeah. Tifa Sutherland was kind of perfect for the role.
Yeah, he worked. I mean, yeah, it's good.
So what do you think about how the town of Springfield was used since the army invaded it?
Well, like I think it was a good idea that the sort of the plot they came up with. Is that what you mean? Like,
Yeah, the sort of the plot that they came up with.
well, I think the plot itself was okay. I mean, it was kind of an interesting plot. The whole phone tree stuff, get him drunk. That was kind of creative. I mean, the execution of itself wasn't too great, but
Yeah, but it feels like the town of Springfield in itself is a character with its statues, its shops, its citizens.
yeah, makes a good point.
And here it's sort of treated like it's being abused due to the antics of Homer Simpson, who is unfairly being hunted upon and hurt.
Okay, but it sounds like you said it's being abused by Homer Simpson. Is that what you said?
No, it's being abused by the army.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Um,
Mm.
I didn't really think of it that way, but yeah, they kind of rampaged the town, like with, I don't know, trampling Lenny's car. That was funny.
And the way that they utilize the whole town in order to like poison their water reservoir system with alcohol. What do you think about that?
um, I thought it was kind of creative. I mean, maybe they could have had a little bit better of an ending, but I think it was acceptable. Just it wasn't anything great, but it was a creative way to use the town and use its resources and stuff.
And that's all. Then that's all the Simpsons is ultimately good at, using its resources. So about the droop mechanic. What do you think about Homer and his band of idiots?
Um, I think the idiots and the stuff that was, I think overall that Homer was sort of like the leader of that group, kind of. It was it was sort of fun to watch the idiots just getting to, yeah, I don't know, they sort of provided the comic part while Homer was more the leader of them.
Yeah,
Although Homer was obviously funny as well.
I don't know, but don't you think that the band of idiots were dropped too soon, too early? I mean,
By the army.
by the
I don't know.
writers.
I don't know. I think that he said the test scores were low. I mean, that seems. I mean, you really don't know what kind of test it actually was. So I don't know. I don't think we really have the judgment to be able to judge that. We don't have all the enough evidence really.
So these potential of these characters who are a group of their own are dropped suddenly because we don't know what the test scores are.
Well, I mean, I'd probably drop him too, honestly.
Yeah. So what do you think about the various pop culture references, the reference fronts, the movie
I
satires?
liked the Captain Crunch reference. I liked that the one soldier hero Homer could think of was Captain Crunch. That was funny. I liked that. Um, I can't really think of many other pop culture references off the top of my head, though.
I don't know. What about the intro where Barton was taunting the bullies? What'd you think about that?
I don't know. I guess it was sort of interesting, but I could sort of feel like it would have. I could sort of see that it was gonna result in backfiring them. I mean, even if I hadn't seen the episode before, I think I could probably tell that would come.
Yeah, it just seems like the one of Bart's antics, you know?
Yeah.
One last question about this episode, and then we'll move on to the next episode.
Okay.
What do you think about the instructional video? What do you think that was trying to satirize?
Instructional video. Remind me about that. I haven't watched it in like 2 days.
I think it's the one where it has a knight, a helicopter, and a rock band.
Oh, okay. You mean the one they were showing to the kids at the school?
Yeah, the one they were showing to the kids in the
Okay.
store.
I think they were just trying to satirize like those games that the kids like to play, just show how that it's all just exactly like those video games that are really just shooting everything, doesn't make any sense, things like that.
Yeah, and it's sort of like the movies like this, which sort of appeal to the kids in a sense. In that, hold on. In that, they think that everything is a game. They think that telling is fun. They think that these wars are all fun and games, when in actuality it's not. And I think that's what the Simpsons writers were trying to go for.
Right, yeah.
So overall, how would you rate this episode?
I think it would be slightly above average for its season. So, like out of 10, maybe a 7. I kind of liked it compared to most around it.
Five for me. And that's going to do it for our edition of Simpsons Talk. If you have any questions, email us at simpsonstalk@taylorterrace.com. Till next time, I'm Zombies Rise from the Sea.
I'm Financial Panther.
And we'll see you later on Simpsons Talk. Take care. Bye-bye.